Hello everyone, bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to EFA109 on this Friday, July 10th. Yes, it is. Look at this mask. Isn't this a beautiful mask? See how it covers everything? Like even the bottom of the beard wraps around nicely. Nice elastic band. My sister made these. My Canadian one. Beautiful, right? Like nose bridge. It's actually got a nice little, like she could squeeze it on there. Like it's well done. My sister Michelle, by the way. But if you look at this, nicely, like it forms around it. Like this is beautiful. And she made it kind of, look, I'm breathing, I'm talking, and it cones out. So inside, I could probably eat. It's a really nice mask. But what the cool thing about these masks is I have like masks like this and then masks like these, right? And the mandatory mask is in effect in Ottawa, Canada. And there's a really cool video on LinkedIn that you'll watch, and they talk about these kind of masks. They talk about the N95 mask. They talk about the fabric mask, double fabric mask. But what was interesting is masks like these were the best. Like basically, they do a few tests, and these are the masks. Like I believe this one's a triple layer mask, homemade. It's actually nice and fitted. And I'm talking to you and having a normal conversation here. This mask here, although it's very, very, very comfortable, it's also the most preventative, and that's what. And you'll see that. Go to LinkedIn. There's a fantastic video. A few times I've seen it on that channel. It's a really, really good mask. That said, in Ottawa, like I mentioned a moment ago, we have mandatory in public places, right? You got to wear face covering in public places. And I mentioned this yesterday on EFA. I went to get some blood work done. I walked into the building and everybody had a mask on. I had my mask. I had them with me, just preoccupied mind, just jumped out of the vehicle as per past practice. I'm going to go into a building and then everybody's wearing a mask. So I turned around and got my mask, came back into the building, right? And then that look you get when you walk in without a mask. Man, oh man, it's just like those typical movies, right? When they do a funny scene where everybody stops and looks. That's how I felt. Everybody stopped and looked. Sorry, backing out, eh? Just walking out of the sand slowly. That's what I end up doing. And then nobody here, nobody watch. Anyway, I still saw that look in their eyes. I want to get on the mandatory mask. Please wear them. And I, Jean-Guy Bourguignon, EFA, Quality for All, on EFA 109 right now. I'm asking everyone, please wear your mask. And why am I asking that? We need to open up the world. And I've talked about this in March. I've talked about this in April. I've talked about this in May and June and July. We need to open up the world fully, right? Full operation mode. Let everybody run their business like they're supposed to. Let the world decompress and come out. Look at this gorgeous day. And there's kids right now psychologically sitting inside, chowing down on some processed whatever junk, watching TV, watching movies, on their games, on their screens, on their phones, like probably, and half of those games are just preparing them to gamble, right? Half of those games, if you look at them, look at the algorithms, look at maybe it's my mind, but look at those games, the addictiveness of those games, just preparing them into another system. Mark my word, and people say I predict the future. Mark my word. There's so much studies out there. There's so much data out there. There's so much fact that these games are just preparing them for another system. Let's go back to the mask. So what I want to say about these masks is some of the data that's coming out on the COVID-19, those that do have it, is brain damage, right? There's some form of brain, it affects the brain. And I've actually talked to individuals that were affected by COVID-19, and they said, yes, my mind is different, right? My mind feels different, etc. So just that in itself, when you look at it, and amongst my peers and that kind of stuff, and I don't wear the mask. Like I'm on job sites today, I can't. You can't wear this in 40-degree heat and working outside. I'll end up plowing my forehead into a concrete something. So, do I wear it all the time? Absolutely not. But do I have it readily available when needed to go into public places? Absolutely. Are these in my vehicles? Are these types of masks in my vehicles? Absolutely. And will I respect the rules and regulation? 100%. I've always said this. I believe in rules and regulation. I believe in democratic society, but I also believe in wise spending. And right now, what's going on with the world, we need to open that up, right? And how do we do so? Right here, ladies and gentlemen. These kind of masks, get them. buy whatever mask you need, whatever face covering, but something very comfortable. I'm able to speak in this. It actually does its job. This is triple layer washable. I'm telling you, some of those masks that people have the same mask and they're putting it over their face. Oh, Lord, could you imagine what you're sucking in all the time? All the bacteria, like some of these masks are probably reusable 500 times, like wearing the same underwear every day. It's just, I'm telling you, there's people out there, I'll guarantee you, they're wearing the same friggin' underwears on their face every day. So these are washable, the disposable ones, whatever you need to do, right? There's a billion videos out there how to put them on properly, but together, let's open up the world. Let's open up the world by all complying with the rules and regulations until they can get their act together. And government, and like I said this yesterday, please open up the world, not as if you, and there's that whole call out to Canada right now to the ministers and prime ministers. Let's treat life with the COVID-19 as living with it and not trying to arrest it, right? We won't arrest it unless you can stop the wind. And I've said this in March and April. I heard this analogy from somebody. Unless you can harness the wind, and you can't, right? Unless you can stop the planet and the universe and all the galaxies, you can't, right? These viruses they're with us forever, right? They're going to get stronger and bigger, more dangerous. And we also have a very, 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 very large percentage of the population that are filthy. Uneducatedly filthy, but filthy. When you're eating live animals, when you're eating the feces bag of an animal, right? When you're eating all the junks inside of a body, whether it's an animal's body from the sea, from the land, from the sky, whatever animal on earth that's crawling through something right now, and they're picked up and they're eaten live. I mean, I'm gonna be blunt, shit bag and all. We're going to have diseases for the rest of our life, guys. We're going to have viruses for the rest of our lives and the rest of the generation until the entire world has an educated mindset on how to prepare food, how to cook food, what to eat and what not to eat, and how, like cleanliness, washing your hands. So many people out there, they got their fingers up their nose, they got their scratching whatever, the parts of their body, and they'll make you a sandwich, right? My point to that is, unless we stop that, unless you completely stop that, which we won't, viruses are going to be around forever. So collectively, if we wear the masks in public places, collectively, the governments can't argue the facts. So they will have to open up the world. They will have to allow everybody to be freaking normal, okay? Freaking normal. And then the other things, we're going to protect those that are susceptible to the virus. And we're going to protect those and prevent them from the brain injuries and so forth, right? And giving loved ones 10, 20 more years with those they love and respect. Jean-Guy Bourguignon on EFA 109 is asking each and every one of you, let's participate. I participate. You participate. Let's work together with the rules and regulation. Have your mask readily available for public places. I don't want to wear a mask walking around the sidewalks. I don't want to wear a mask. I'm not. I'm not. If I'll have it with me, if people are within the 6 feet of me, if I'm in areas that I know I'm going to be walking within 6 feet of population, I will wear the mask. I will participate, but I won't wear the mask if I'm working on my property. I won't wear the mask if I'm working alone. I won't wear the mask if I'm not within 6 feet of people, but I will have it readily available for me. So please, everyone, respect the mask, respect the rules and regulation, and it will force government to open up the world, and it will prevent those from contracting an illness that is unfortunately affecting people's brains now. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, EFA 109.